Welcome to the vlog.
Okay.
Hi girlies, welcome back to the vlog.
Hi, sister. 4.9. Graphing and solving quadratic inequalities. Do you know how to graph a quadratic function? What type of forms are there for quadratic functions? Vertex, standard, and intercept. Vertex, standard, and intercept. Tonight you're only going to be working with standard form. You're going to graph things in standard form. Okay? Okay. So when I graph quadratic inequalities, the only thing that's going to change is that I have to decide if my inequality has a dotted or solid line, and I have to shade something inside or outside. Okay? You've graphed inequalities, you've graphed quadratics before, we're combining them. Okay. So, here it says graph y is greater than x squared plus 3x minus 4. If I want to graph this inequality, quadratic inequality, what do I first have to find?
The vertex.
The vertex. How do you find the vertex when it's in this form?
You have to find your equal, what is it?
What form is it in?
Standard.
Standard form, so I have to take what?
You have to do that 4 over 2.
Nope. 4 is not B.
3.
Negative 3 over 2
2.
times 1. So you're going to get negative 3 seconds. So negative 1.5 is your x. How do I find what my y is? Plug it into the equation. So I get negative 3 seconds squared plus 3 times 3 seconds, or negative 3 seconds, minus 4. What is negative 3 seconds squared? Just square both numbers.
9
fourths. So I get 9 fourths. Okay, 9 fourths. What's 3 times negative 3 seconds?
3, 6.
Negative 9 seconds minus 4. Okay. 9 seconds can change into a common denominator with 9 fourths. How? Multiplied by 2 over 2. So I have 9 fourths. Okay.
Shouldn't it be 9, 6?
No. 9 fourths minus 18 fourths minus 4. What's 9 minus 18?
9.
Negative 9 fourths minus 4. Change negative 9 fourths into a mixed number. 4 goes into 9 how many times? 2 with a remainder of 1. So negative 2 and a fourth. Negative 2 and a fourth minus 4.
1 and 3/4.
No. Negative 2 and a fourth minus 4.
Oh, negative 6 and...
Yes. Negative 6 and 1/4. So my vertex is negative 3 seconds and negative 6 and 1/4. I'm going to graph that. Okay. Negative 3 and a second is negative 1.5, yes? And then 6, 2, 4, 6. So it's someplace like right about here. A little below that line. Okay. Now, you need to graph a point, correct? If I were you, I would just plug in 0 because it's easiest. And I would say 0 squared plus 3 times 0 minus 4 gives me negative 4. So my point is 0, negative 4. I reflect this, yes, over this axis of symmetry. There and negative 4. So it should go like this. Now what do you do from there? The music is coming out.
You reflect it.
Yeah, I was so confused.
I already did that.
I reflect it. Now what do you do? Dotted or solid?
Dotted.
Dotted.
Now what do you do from there?
Now,
How?
you shade.
Plug in what?
0.
Plug in 0, 0. So 0 is greater than 0 squared plus 3 times 0 minus 4. Is 0 greater than negative 4? So I shade
Oh!
inside. side. Okay? That's one example. Okay? Yeah, because we're going to do 2 on 1. Okay.
Basically, literally just do the same thing.
Yeah.
So it doesn't get
No. Yeah. Okay, this is about a word problem. Now think through this common sense wise a little bit. It says, you use this manila, which I didn't know was a color or whatever,
That's
rope.
what a manila folder is.
It's like yellowy white.
I just thought that was the folder.
Holy crackle-mollies, I learned something actually important.
How do you make
Okay,
manila?
I knew the folder was called that. I didn't know.
So like
Okay,
some.
so manila rope
Something
used for
confusing.
rappelling down a cliff can safely support a weight provided that the weight is less than or equal to 1,480 times d squared, where d is the rope's diameter in inches. Graph the inequality. Okay, think about this real quick. What type of graph is this going to look like? Is it going to be a full parabola?
No.
Why not? No, there's a squared, so technically it's a parabola. Why would this graph not be a whole parabola? Why would it only be a portion of it?
Because it's not the whole equation.
No.
No, AX plus B.
What are you? No, that's
Because if it's like
Because it's not a perfect
because
square.
you're doing what?
you're
Because it's not a perfect
What does this say that you're supporting?
wait.
Weight.
What is it?
Yes, ready.
Okay, you're supporting weight. So use some common sense.
Yeah, it's not gonna
That's
go
the
all the way around. It has to like, I don't know. how to
Can your
explain
weight be less than 0 pounds?
it. No.
No, you would be called dead.
Yeah.
Totally like 400.
So if I'm graphing this, I'm going to only have a graph of something on this side. Only part of my parabola is going to show. Okay? Because if it's weight, I'm not going to come over here into the negative area. Okay? I can't hold negative weight.
Yeah, I worked
Wait,
there,
so
like,
since it's
10
weight as a result of
No,
that,
it's
that's
not.
why there's not.
That's why there's not a whole section to
So
my
that's
equation.
not the incorrect answer, but there's. Okay,
Yes.
got it.
Okay, so if this is 0, 0 right here at the start, okay, and we're going to say 1, 2, 3, okay? What happens if I plug a 1 into this equation? What do you get out?
148. What? One.
Yeah, you get 1480, right?
Yeah, that.
Okay. What happens if you plug in, what am I counting by? I don't even know.
1600.
Thank you. I can't think. Okay. What happens if you plug in a 2?
2 squared equals 4 times.
5,920.
I need to disagree.
5,000, yes, so something way up here. So your graph is going like this. Your parabola is getting large, like that, yes? Okay, now question. Which side would I shade? Use common sense here.
You shade down
Why down?
because it says less than or equal to.
Yes, because it says less than or equal to. So really, you didn't have to do much to graph that one,
Yeah.
if you think. Okay? Okay, here you go. This is 2 inequalities on 1. Okay? 2 inequalities on 1, because you're going to do this. And don't forget that this part is also on your quiz tomorrow.
Oh, good.
Your quiz has been on Power School for like a week.
Maybe you should have skipped school yesterday, Cora.
Ugly.
She had a
Stop.
headache.
I was
Okay.
joking.
Here you go.
I had a
Yes,
real
I
headache.
was.
How do I graph this? How do you graph y is less than or equal to negative x
My
squared
eyes
plus
couldn't
4?
open.
What do you have to find first? Vertex. How do I find the vertex? Okay, what's your b?
4.
Nope,
You don't have one.
you don't have one, so what is it?
0.
0.
Wait, then what has 4?
So then you have 0,
C.
negative 0 squared plus 4, so what's your y then? So what's your y of your vertex then?
4.
4. So my vertex is 0, 4. Let's graph this one first before we graph the other one. 0, 4, boom. What are you going to do now?
Now you're gonna grab the next one.
Why not No, you haven't graphed this yet. You
You're
graphed the
gonna
vertex.
find the vertex.
We already.
Oh.
We found the vertex. How do I graph the rest of the parabola?
Oh.
You need the X. Oh,
That's
you
what I
reflect
did.
it.
You have to find it. You find the
Can't
slope.
plug in 0, Maddie, because that is my vertex. Okay, plug in 1. Thank you. So -1 squared like this plus 4. What do you get when you square 1, multiply by a negative, and add 4 to it?
4.
No. Square 1. 1 squared is
1.
Multiplied by the negative on the outside, so you have -1 plus 4, and you get what, Stephen?
3.
3. So you have 1, 3 as your output. 1, 3. What do I have to do with that point?
Solid.
Dotted or solid line?
Solid.
Or could you receive? Now what do I have to do after that?
Plug in 0.
No, you gotta shade.
Shade. So plug in what?
0.
0. Plug in 0, 0.
Oh.
0 is less than or equal to
I
negative
thought you
0
weren't
squared
allowed
plus
to do
3.
that.
Is 0 less than or equal to 3?
Yes.
So I shade on the
Inside.
What did you make a great tag team?
Of course.
Wait, can you put it in red?
Oh, did I put it on?
Please, no.
I don't know, I have no problem over here.
I just wanted it done in red.
No.
Why?
Okay. Now, what's your vertex? What's your vertex?
0, 4.
No.
No.
Two, 3.
What?
2, 3.
Oh.
No.
You was the
How
stabilization
do
on
I
now.
find my vertex?
B over 2
2 over 2 basically. 2 over that, which gives me 1. Thank you, Steve.
Wait,
You're
wouldn't it be
welcome.
negative?
1 squared minus 2 times 1 minus 3.
Wait, wouldn't it be negative 2?
I am
It's
confused.
the opposite.
Opposite, okay.
Okay. So, I get 1, I plug it in, I get 1 squared minus 2 minus 3.
Oh my goodness.
1
Negative
minus 2
5.
minus 3.
Negative 6.
No.
Negative 4.
Negative
Good job
5.
saying that.
That was close.
So your vertex is 1, negative 4. I graph that.
I'm going home.
1, negative 4. Now what do you have to do?
Reflect.
You gotta plug
You
in.
can't reflect anything,
You gotta
that's the
plug in.
vertex.
You
Jesus!
gotta plug in 0.
Plug in something, okay?
Plug
Plug in 2. Plug in 2.
Wait,
So 2 squared minus 2 times 2 minus 3. 2 squared is
4.
4 minus 4.
0.
So I get,
-3.
so 2, negative 3 is my point. 2,
Plot it.
negative 3. 1, 2, 3.
Reflect.
Reflect that, thank you. So it reflects over here. Dotted or solid?
Solid. Dotted.
Ew, why are you hovering?
She don't know.
Now what do I do?
Shade.
Okay, so plug in
0.
0. So if I say 0 squared, I'm going to plug in 0 is greater than 0 squared minus 2 times 0 minus 3. Is 0 greater than negative 3?
Yes.
So shade on these.
Oh my
It wasn't
goodness.
me. Don't look at me.
That's how you're going to graph 2 of them at once. That's how you're going to graph
That is ugly looking.
It's. But you can bring 2 different colors on your test bar if you would like.
Why?
I get to bring my
Sometimes
point
what
in.
is-
Oh,
Quiz.
Jesus.
Okay, good.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
Now, here's another thing. If they ask you to solve it with tables, that's just a guess and check area. Sorry, it sucks. You just have to do it that way. My advice to you would be plug in 0, 1, -1, 2, -2, 3, -3 until you figure it out.
Oh my goodness.
If you're solving something using a table, what you want is this. When you plug in an x, you want a 0 out. When you plug in an x again, you want another 0 so that you know the range as to what you're working with. Okay? For example, if I plug a 0 into here, okay, what do you get out?
0.
Okay, no.
Oh.
You have to do what to this equation first?
You have to find the
Standard.
standard.
So x squared plus x minus 6. Okay.
My brain is cool.
If I plug in a 0, what do you get?
Negative
Negative 6. Thank you. So 0 gives
Plug
me
in a 2.
negative 6. If you plug in a 1, what do you get?
Plug in a
Negative.
2.
I don't want to plug in a 2 yet.
What is the right
Negative
answer?
5.
Can you hold on, please?
If I plug in a 1, you get what?
Negative 5.
No.
What are we
Negative
doing?
4.
I'm so confused.
-4.
1 and 1 is 2, 2 minus 6 is...
Oh.
Get it together, Tyler.
Wait,
Say I know I asked you. Shut up.
Plug in, stop, plug in a -1, what do you get? Plug in a -1, what do you get?
4.
-6.
-6. Jeez Louise, bro.
Plug in a 2, Alex, what do you get?
You get 0.
Because I get 2 squared is 4, and then I get plus 2, so I get 0. So this is one of the ones we were looking for. Okay? Plug in a -2, what do you get?
-0.
You get
You get 4.
4 minus 6 equals -2.
No, you get 4 minus 8.
Why would you get?
Because -2 squared is 4, plus -2 minus 6.
I said -4.
No,
Oh, I swear I did.
it's not.
And I think also.
So -6 and -2 is -8 and 4, yes. So
I don't
negative.
recall.
Now, plug in a 3.
It's my first one.
What do you get?
9 plus 3 equals 12 minus 6 equals 6.
Okay. Plug in a -3. What do you get?
9 plus, no, not, oh, 0!
Nine,
Thank the Lord!
minus-
So this and this tell me what my range is. When I write my answer, I say -3 is less than or equal to x, x is less than or equal to 2. That's how you solve it without graphing and shading. Okay? It is a pure guess and check.
I like that way.
I don't.
I love guessing.
I don't like
You know what, Alex? I don't care.
suck.
Okay.
No, really?
I have 2 more on here, but I'm going to give you time.
God.
They're just graphing ones again, so it's not like it's anything crazy. This one's a graphing one, but let's look at this last one. It says solve this algebraically. What does it mean when it says you've been solving by graphing? How do you solve this algebraically? What does that mean you have to do?
Alex, sit down.
Put it in
Plug in.
C
set it
form
equal
with a
to
C
0.
and an equal.
Okay, set it equal to 0, so you get x squared minus 2x minus 15 equals 0. What do you think I have to do from there?
Plus 15.
Why would you put
What do you think I have to do from there?
You have to take it out.
What's that called?
Ratify.
Factoring.
Yeah, that.
What multiplies to give me -15 adds to give me +2?
5 and 3.
Yeah.
Oh,
-5, +3.
So x equals what? 5
5 or -3.
Okay, so that's solving algebraically, but, okay, however, I have to double check these answers, okay? You have to plug them back in to your original equation, okay? So if I plug this in, I would get 5 squared minus 2 times 5 is greater than 15. 5 squared is 25, minus 10 is greater than 15. So 15 is greater than 15. Is that a true statement?
No.
No. Okay. No. Then I would need to test again, yes, test another number.
-3.
So I need to plug in -3, so -3
9.
squared minus 2 times -3 is
Minus
greater than 15.
9.
So you get 9 minus
minus
6 is greater than 15. What's 9 minus 6?
It's also not
3.
true.
Okay,
Not
now,
factual.
that's what it is.
something to say?
Yes, plus 6. Okay, plus 6.
Still not true.
It's still
So it still says 15 is greater than 15, okay? So that tells me something,
Stupid.
okay? That tells me that if I am graphing this on a number line, okay, where -3 is, I have what type of circle graph there? An open circle, and it's going this way. If I have 5, what type of circle do I have?
Open.
And it's going this
That
way,
We love open circles.
okay? So my answer comes out to be, so my answer comes out to be that those do work, it just shows different. So my answer is x is less than -3, and x is greater than 5. That's solving it algebraically. You're doing all 3 tonight.
No,
You can get busy.
Oh.
I wonder if, oh, never mind.